What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bricks and Toys. And I am so glad to be back. And I know you guys are thinking, back? His last video was 2 days ago. Is this guy high? No, I wish I was. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, if you guys remember, or maybe you guys missed it, at the beginning of the month when I started doing reviews, I told you guys that I was going to film probably almost the first half of the month back to back to back to back. And that was because we were planning on picking up a car from my brother who lives up in Northern California. And we didn't know when the trip was going to happen, so I just filmed a bunch. And then the trip happened a lot sooner. We were able to do it over this last weekend. It was an incredible, I think, 4 days. We took a travel day up, spent 2 days, and then we took a travel day back. Now I'm back. We have a really nice car now. Well, I guess the term nice car depends on how you interpret it. To me, a nice car is a car that runs and drives regardless of mileage. Mileage is one of those things that's very subjective due to maintenance. But for us, with this vehicle, it's only about 16 years old. It's still under 200,000 miles. It runs incredible. The 9-hour drive between my brother's house to here was kind of like a time warp. I feel like I started driving early in the morning, and next thing I know, I showed up here for dinner. And I can't really remember what happened other than I was very comfortable the whole day in the car. So that is incredible. My brother and I, we got to spend some super great quality time together. We got to talk about cars. I got to drive a Roush-tuned GT500 Mustang, and that was like a exchange your pants type moment. It was super fun. It was a really great trip. But now we're back to reality, and I'm here to make a new video for you guys, now on schedule. In regards to the car that we purchased, it has a really interesting backstory. It's kind of a quirky vehicle, and it being a Volvo, it is very interesting if you know your Volvos. Because of all this, I am going to start my second dream project, which is a project called Chuck's Garage. The name Chuck is actually a nickname for Charles. And my wife's dad's name was Charles. I never got to meet him, but he seemed like a really cool car guy that I would have gotten along with really well. So I kind of wanted a name that would be between him and I, even though I never got to meet the man. My middle name is actually Charles. I never said that before on the channel. So I figured I'm going to start an automotive channel called Chuck's Garage. So when that's live and running, I will be sure to let you guys know so you guys can watch me doing stuff on the outside of my house, not pertaining to Lego, but yet cars. Maybe some of you guys like cars and you guys like me, and maybe you guys would want to check it out. So I will keep you guys updated on that development in the future, but Chuck's Garage will be taking off very shortly. So let's get into today's video now that we're done with the announcements and the catch up. I am just so sassy and snazzy and so glad to be back. I really miss sitting down in this chair and talking about Lego sets with you guys when I take these little breaks off to go and do fun things with my life, like see my brother. But as soon as I sit back in this chair, I just get filled full of energy, and I'm so happy to be back making these videos. And today's project is a very annoying one, because this was supposed to be the first video of the month, and it never happened because, well, this set right here was not obtainable. We now have 2 Lego stores here in Las Vegas, and I was only able to get the battle pack. So I had to wait almost, I think, 7 to 8 days for this one to come in the mail. And by the time it came in the mail, I was already on my way to the Bay Area. Whoops, that fell. So now I'm back, obviously, and we have it. So now we're going to do a 2-for-1 review on these 2 sets. So the 2 sets that we're going to be reviewing today is the 7573 Ambush on Mandalore Battle Pack. This is a 6 and older set with 109 pieces. This is going to be our most recent battle pack. I think our last one was the one with all the clone troopers and all the weird stuff in it that I didn't really care too much for. It was like $30 and I'm like, why? But I guess a lot of you guys actually like it, but I do see the hype on that one starting to turn down a little bit. So with this one, we do have 4 minifigures, 2 Mandalorians, 1 a warrior, 1 a night owl, and then we have 2 Imperial commandos. Those helmets look actually really freaking cool. I can really see why they actually broke these two sets up into two different sets, because these minifigures look actually quite incredible. And you wouldn't really quite want a battle pack its partner set, which is the much larger 75386 Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle. So this one features Paz Vizsla, Moff Gideon, and 2 Imperial Praetorian Guards. Now this set has 289 pieces, and this is basically a Lego representation of one of the final scenes in The Mandalorian, where Paz Vizsla gives up his life so the other Mandalorians can go on and, you know, get through the battle and win, and you guys get the point. As part of that battle in The Mandalorian, this set is also part of that one too. So these two actually do go together, and we are going to do that today. That's why this video has taken, well, 13 days to make. So anyway, guys, let's go over these boxes really quick. Let's see if there's anything that we can tell about them. And we just have some of the fighting on this side. We have some features. One really cool thing to note about this battle pack is we do got those weird little curved elements for the minifigure posing. I think that's going to be really useful. On the back, we see it used with what looks like to be one of the Mandalorians. Then on the front, we have it with the other side using it. So definitely some play functionality. On the bottom, we got barcodes. We got a one-to-one of the minifigure. Sides just show stuff. Well, it says on this one, don't eat it. Other than that, it's just a $20 set. And then for the $40 set, which is the larger one, we got, again, angles of it. We have one-to-one of a minifigure of Moff Gideon. We have barcodes right here. And then on this side, more stuff saying don't eat the set. Looking at the back of it, it looks like we have Moff Gideon firing a stud shooter up there. It just seems like a very basic play set. And me being an adult, I'm obviously not going to play with it. I'm just going to build it, talk about it with you guys, and display it. One last thing to really note that I find kind of odd about this is the age difference on these sets. The smaller one is 6 and older. The biggest one is 7 and older. But they go together. What if you're 6 years old? Do you not get to build the big part? Okay, that's a little weird. But that's just me picking for things. Now, let's start unboxing these, and let's take a look. And I'm just going to do it right here. And right now, no special desk camera shot. Let's just go. Let's go. There we are. So we have our book. We'll get to that in a second. We have 2 unnumbered bags right here. We have 3 plates just floating around. Looks like we have 2 4x8s and a triangular angled plate, however you want to put it. We also have the minifigure accessories. And then we go back to the book. Let's take a look at the books. Let's start from the back. So for this set, it looks like we have 35 building steps and 53 pages. Let you take a look at that. So far, it doesn't say anything about it going together other than just one little picture. But that picture is not part of the instructions, it's part of the advertisement. Because when you get to the last page, it just goes right in and shows it all put together. And the book starts off with just its recycling information and the 25th anniversary, and that is it. So that is the $20 battle pack. Now let's see what comes in the larger $40 battle set. Now note that I'm not saying battle pack on both of these. I'm saying battle pack for the $20 and battle set for the other one, because like I said, this is not supposed to be battle packed, because it is, well, you don't need several Paz Vizslas and Moff Gideons. So I got the box open. That's what it looks like inside of the box. Let's do our pour. And again, not very much. That's why I'm not doing this up close. These little sets, they don't really have much to offer here. So we do have a bag 1. We have a bag 2 and a bag 3, all very moderate baggage, nothing too crazy. We do have some stickers. Looks like we have 2 number 2s, 2 number 3s, and a number 1. So about 5 stickers total for this guy. Taking a look at our book, a little bit larger than the last one. Both of these books do come with a QR code to get your 20 points. I always like to point that out. Now let's take a look at the back of the book. So again, ending the book, it does not say that this set goes with the other set. It only does it in the advertisement, which is at the very last page. So, okie dokie. I guess they only wanted to go together as an advertisement. It does not matter. So for this one, we're going to have 110 and 103 pages. Let's go to the front of the book, see if we can find anything. Just like with the other one, it's saying that they're going to paper bags and the 25th anniversary. So that's the unboxing of these two sets. Obviously, not that much work ahead of me. I'm actually filming this last minute as I'm still trying to get in from my trip. But now, here is the review of these two sets. Okay, well, let's dive right on into this review segment. We're going to start off with the $20 109-piece battle pack. We're not going to really go into the minifigures all that much because, well, they don't really have heads, and what they are on the outside is technically all that they are. But we are going to take a look at these guys right here. These guys I find very interesting. I really like their helmet print. They have nice front torso print and front leg print, even down to their little toesies. No shoulder print, but they do have this really cool little backpack with a printed little 1x1 tile piece on them. Really freaking nice. As for our Mandalorians, they have the typical rocket packs on the back. And then coming up here to the top, we can see the Warrior and the Night Owl. Again, they have no faces, so it's really not worth noting what they look like under the helmets. We do have a different leg and torso print for the Warrior versus the Night Owl. But at least we have printing on both. No arm printing on these. Overall, really nice figures. Now, this set does come with a little stud shooter that is not attached. It can come off to the side. And, it's got some pretty basic rock techniques. But, you know what? It's meant to be played with. It does have this little box that comes with it off to this side as well. And inside that box is a little printed detonator like we've all seen before. We do have a big blaster right here. And I think the biggest play function of this one is the fact that we can easily mimic fighting with that curved little clear element, which is really cool. Overall, you know what? It's not a bad battle pack. I really like the new minifigures that it comes in with these guys. I think those are really cool. So now let's hop on over and let's look at the sister or brother set of it, which is the Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle. Now over here, we do have the Moff Gideon minifigure. And of course, front printing on the legs and torso. We have that really cool helmet piece. Now he has a similar 1x1 printed tile with a little rocket pack as well, like with the white guards on the other one. Now, with this set, we do have a little storage compartment right here, to which we can hold extra studs and stuff, and as well as a hairpiece, which I just dropped. Now, with the hairpiece out, we can take off the helmet, and now we can get a full look at Moff Gideon. Mind you, this is the only minifigure out of all of these that actually has a face, let alone a double face. None of them have a printed face. They all have black or red heads. So it's important to see with Moff Gideon, we do have a hairpiece, just like that. But I like him with his helmet on because, well, it's kind of a sick outfit. Now, coming down and continuing to look at the minifigures before we get into any more of the build, we do have those Praetorian guards, or however you say it. They do have a different staff for either of them, but both of them are identical despite different staffs. And then we have the Vizsla minifigure, which you can see right there, which has torso printing, leg printing, helmet printing, all of the good printing, as well as a little buildable feature on his back. He is holding the gun that eventually seizes up before he dies. Now, taking a look at the actual build that this comes with, we have two sticker elements right up there. We also have two more, one here and one here on the inside. We can open up the door of this, just like that. The door does stay up. And there you can see those sticker elements in some better light, now that they're not too darkened out. There's what it looks like with the door stuck up. Coming around the side, we can just see more of rock features. We do have a little red little light thingamabob right there. Rock features. Over here by Gideon, we can see the dual stud shooters that is on a swivel. Like I showed earlier, this whole piece comes up and you can use it for storage for more studs, and Moff Gideon's hairpiece. Looking at the back, it's kind of not flattering at all. Here's a little hinge that Well, when you move it, you can drop the door back down. It does look super unfinished on the top. And then we do have a little inside pocket area right here where we can see one of the ships coming in. So that is our final sticker element right there. Not too much to really say about these sets, but there is the last function here, which is taking both of them and sticking them together through a little pin right back here. See if I can get that in there, and clicking that in, just like that. With the two sets connected, that's what the whole scene looks like. I can see this being a good play set, but for a collector, I mean, we're just here for the minifigs, right? Let's go and wrap this up. Here we are at the end of another video and another review. And you know what, guys? I think this double pack thing is okay. I mean, the longer I go with Lego, the more my collection fills up, and the more I start seeing a compare and contrast from sets to other sets. And when I think about that, I think about the price of the sets. To get both of these sets, we are looking at $60 US and around 600 pieces total. And when you think about it like that, it's not bad. It is playable, but for an adult collector, it is a lot of money for just the minifigures. I mean, that's just what I'm trying to get at. $60 for a bunch of minifigures. Hopefully one day these minifigures will be valuable and it will recover the cost. I know I do have the last Mandalorian battle pack, which came out in 2019, I think. I accidentally wound up with it. It's behind me somewhere on the shelf. That thing is still worth, I think, about $15. So not very optimistic on the minifigures equaling out the value of this set down the road. Do I think it's a good build for the money? Not so much, because it's just a face value, sit on the shelf, collector's piece for adults. I mean, do I think it's good for the kids? Still, not really. $60, you hand this to a kid, he builds it, and I bet you by the end of the week, this whole thing is all over the bedroom and gone. Overall, I'm here for the minifigures. That's why I did it, plus to do the review for you guys. But at the end of the day, it's just really, really expensive, and I can't recommend it. So with that, everybody, that is the review of these two sets. I didn't think it would be too eventful. It's definitely not too eventful. Hell, it wasn't even waiting 13 days to make this video. But I do have some really cool minifigures to look at in my collection now with that Moff Gideon and that Vizsla, not to mention the Praetorian Guards and the Imperial Command Troopers. Those are all really cool minifigures. So with that, if you guys want to support the YouTube channel, there's two ways to do it. Right down below, there's a thank you button. When you guys hit that, you guys can leave a small donation. Helps us get Lego sets just like this. If that's not really your thing and you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. Follow along with everything that we are doing here. As usual, share the video with your friends, like the video, and most importantly, drop your comments down below. Did you pick these sets up? Do you like them? Did you get them for a kid instead and now you're regretting it? Let me know what your experience is with this set for the money. Up next on the channel, we're going to do a actual really awesome build, which I'm excited for. It features our second sound brick of 2024. It is the vintage radio. I am pumped for this one. So I'll see you on that episode. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one.